Today we will discuss remaining reactions of phenol, very simple reactions. First, we will continue with number 4. Fourth reaction is hydrogenation of phenol. Hydrogenation. Hydrogenation, you all know, it's addition of hydrogen. So H2 we have to add. Phenol is benzene ring to which this OH group is attached. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen. So H2 is added. When we use H2, we have to use catalyst as nickel or platinum or palladium. They have given nickel. If it is nickel, then we have to heat this reaction mixture. So reaction takes place at 433 Kelvin. And the product formed in the reaction is, see, hydrogen is added across carbon-carbon double bond. So 1, 2, 3, 3 double bonds are there. So we require 3 H2 molecule. So double bond breaks and hydrogen goes to each doubly bonded carbon. So we get the product as this, which is cyclohexanol. So this double bond breaks, one hydrogen goes to this carbon, one hydrogen goes to this carbon. Here there was a double bond, this breaks, additional hydrogen goes to each of this doubly bonded carbon. Same is found here, double bond breaks, converted into single bond and we get hydrogen. See, here there were hydrogen, one hydrogen on each carbon. Now there are two hydrogens on each carbon. So phenol is hydrogenated to cyclohexanol. Phenol on hydrogenation gives cyclohexanol. Okay, this is one reaction. Next reaction given, that is oxidation reaction. Next reaction is oxidation. Oxidation, addition of oxygen or reaction with suitable oxidizing agent. So this phenol reacts with oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent used here is CrO3, chromic anhydride, or we can use sodium dichromate, Na2Cr2O7 in presence of H2SO4, dilute H2SO4 actually. So sodium dichromate, acidic sodium dichromate, or we can use as chromic anhydride. So oxidation means these oxidizing agents are going to provide nascent oxygen and that oxygen goes to para position. In oxidation of alcohol we discussed between carbon and hydrogen that oxygen get inserted. Okay, so what happens in this reaction? See, we get here OH and here also OH. Okay, we get this as the intermediate, but one more oxygen is there which pulls this hydrogen out. This hydrogen gives its electrons to this oxygen. Oxygen offers partnership to this carbon. This carbon-carbon bond breaks. This bond breaks and this hydrogen goes to this oxygen back. So H and this O, they combine to form water. And what's the change in this bonding? See, what change has occurred here. Here we have kept this double bond as it is. We have not changed anything here. Double bond remains as it is. Now there was double bond at this position. That breaks means it is going to become a single bond and this double bond is shifted between these two carbons. So here we get double bond. Now this OH bond breaks and that bond is shifted here. So we get here double bond O, and here also this double bond breaks and a new bond is formed between carbon oxygen and this OH bond breaks. So here we get double bond O plus H2, but they have not shown here water as byproduct. So we get byproduct in the reaction water, and the main substance formed is benzoquinone. We call this as benzoquinone. This is called as benzoquinone. Okay. So hydrogenation is done by using H2 nickel, we get cyclohexanol. Oxidation is done by using chromic anhydride or acidified sodium dichromate. we get benzoquinone. One more reaction they have given, that is action of zinc, or we can call this as reduction reaction. Addition of any metal. Metals are good reducing agents, so we can say it's a reduction reaction. So when phenol reacts with zinc, in 11th also we have discussed this reaction in hydrocarbons. This is phenol. This is phenol. It reacts with zinc. What is the role of zinc? Zinc is oxidizing agent, means zinc is reducing agent. I'm sorry, it's a reduction reaction, metal. So zinc is reducing agent. So it is going to reduce this substance. Reduction means what? Removal of oxygen. So zinc withdraws this oxygen. So here one valency of this carbon becomes free, and that is satisfied by this hydrogen. It goes with zinc and that place is taken by this hydrogen, and we get the product as benzene, plus byproduct formed in the reaction is ZnO. So these two are reduction reactions, one by adding H2, other by adding metal, zinc. So if we add zinc, we get benzene, and if we add H2, we get cyclohexanol. Got the difference in these two reduction reactions. Okay, next reaction, you can note this, no problem. Next point, that is Kolbe's reaction and Riemer-Tiemann reaction. Okay, so what is Kolbe's reaction and Riemer-Tiemann reaction? See, we will discuss these two reactions now, and these two are named reactions. Always there is question on these named reactions. Write chemical equation for Riemer-Tiemann reaction or Kolbe's reaction. So we will discuss next reaction, that is Riemer-Tiemann reaction. Sounds funny, but this is the name of the reaction, Riemer-Tiemann reaction. Okay, so in this reaction we can convert phenol to salicylaldehyde. Now what is this salicylaldehyde? We will discuss. See, so we have here phenol. It's a two-step reaction, 2 mark question. Phenol, this is phenol. Phenol reacts with chloroform. Chloroform is CHCl3 in alkaline medium, that is NaOH. So CHCl3 chloroform and alkali is used. What is the role of this alkali, NaOH? It is base, and this phenol is acidic in nature. So this base provides its OH minus ion and acid provides its H plus ion. So first neutralization takes place and we get sodium phenoxide, O minus Na plus. We get sodium phenoxide plus water is the byproduct. Byproducts are not shown here. Now this CHCl3 group is there. At ortho position there is one hydrogen. So one hydrogen at ortho position and one chlorine in chloroform. They combine to form HCl. So HCl is eliminated. So what is the group left behind? Is CHCl2, and this CHCl2 or CeCl2 is also known as carbene. It is called as carbene. It has one lone pair of electrons. So everybody thinks that it has lone pair of electrons means it is electron rich, but it is not electron rich. It is electron deficient. So always remember, CCl2 is electrophilic in nature. Why is it so? See, carbon atomic number is 6, electronic configuration is 2 4. So 4 electrons are there in its last shell, and here it forms bond with this 2 chlorine. So now how many electrons are there in the last shell of carbon? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 electrons are there, means it is electron deficient. So electron deficient substance, carbene. Carbene is used as electrophile in Rimmer-Timon reaction. This is one MCQ. Remember this. So HCl is eliminated and we get the intermediate which is highly unstable. No name is given to this substance, but at ortho position CHCl2 is introduced. Okay. Now again it reacts with NaOH, excess of NaOH. Oh, I'm sorry, here it becomes O minus and Na plus. Okay, like this one intermediate is obtained, which is unstable. That's why it is enclosed in square bracket. Now it reacts with NaOH. NaOH, what's the role of this? It is used to hydrolyze this substance. Means, see, what happens in this reaction? This is O minus Na plus. This group is protected so that it should not react with further reagents used in the reaction. So it is said that OH group is protected first. Then CHCl2. CHCl2 is chloro compound. It has Cl. So Cl is replaced by OH. So what do we get? CH. 2 Cl were there. CHCl2. It was like this. Now when it reacts with NaOH, this Cl is replaced by OH, and on one carbon two OH groups are there, means it is highly unstable. So immediately as soon as it is formed, it tries to remove water. There is a steric hindrance because of these two bulky OH groups. Okay, so both are fighting with each other. So what's the solution on that? We have to remove OH group, but one OH group doesn't go alone. It takes hydrogen of another OH, because two OH, both OH are equally responsible for the steric hindrance, right? So that OH group takes hydrogen of its neighbor OH group. So one valency of this carbon becomes free, one valency of this oxygen becomes free. So carbon oxygen, they form double bond, and we get the product as this O minus, Na plus, and CH. O group is introduced at ortho position. We want to convert this back into phenolic group, so it is further hydrolyzed. H3O plus, acid hydrolysis. HCl in H2O or H plus in H2O. H plus doesn't have free existence. That's why it is converted into H3O plus. And due to hydrolysis, this ONA is converted into OH, and we get this substance which is known as salicyl aldehyde, which is known as salicyl aldehyde. Very important reaction. Is this clear? Salicyl aldehyde. Here para substituted phenol is not considered. Ortho substituted phenol is only that CHO group at the ortho position is called as salicyl aldehyde. Okay. Para product is not given. Ortho is major in this case. They have not mentioned like this, but CHO goes to ortho position. So what's the change? Phenol reacts with chloroform in presence of NaOH. Due to NaOH, this OH group is protected and get converted into O minus Na plus. This CHCl3 provides CCl2 group chlorocarbene at ortho position, which is further treated with NaOH. So due to NaOH, that chlorine is hydrolyzed. So both chlorines are replaced by two OH groups. So we get diol, which is highly unstable, and water is eliminated from this, and we get aldehyde. Further, it is hydrolyzed to get back this phenolic group, and we get salicyl aldehyde. They are given one point that if we do this reaction by using carbon tetrachloride instead of chloroform, then what would be the product? What do you think? What will happen if we use CCl4 here? See, first of all, that NaOH will protect that group, so it will be converted into O minus and Na plus, and we have used here CCl4. So this hydrogen and one chlorine eliminated as HCl. So what is left behind here? CCl3, right? What is second step after this? Is action of NaOH. So NaOH attacks on this. So what do we get? Here this O minus Na plus as it is, and here C, this if it is treated with NaOH, all Cl atoms are replaced by OH. So here we get one triol compound having 3 OH group, triol, which is highly unstable. 2 OH are not possible on 2 carbons. Here there are 3 OH groups on 1 carbon. So this OH, this 3 OH again undergo dehydration reaction. So suppose this OH group and this H is eliminated as water. So what would be the product in this case? Here benzene ring, this O minus Na plus, and here see this bond breaks, this bond breaks. So valency of carbon oxygen free. So they can form double bond, and here OH. So we get this substance which is hydrolyzed further, and on hydrolysis it is converted back into OH. So this is called as salicylic acid. This is called as salicylic acid. Corresponding derivative is salicyl aldehyde. Is this clear? What did I say? They have not shown reaction for this, only just gave one sentence. Instead of chloroform, if we use carbon tetrachloride, then we get salicylic acid instead of salicyl aldehyde. And always remember, if 2 OH groups are present on terminal carbon, what I am saying, listen to me carefully. If 2 OH groups are present on terminal carbon, then see, terminal carbon means 2 OH groups are there and one hydrogen is there. 2 OH groups are there. This is terminal carbon, end carbon, and there are 2 OH groups. So when 2 OH are present on terminal carbon, always product formed is aldehyde. Clear? If 2 OH are present on terminal carbon, we get aldehyde. What if 2 OH are present on middle carbon? See, 1, 2, 3. Here one OH, here one OH. So OH and H are eliminated. So double bond will form between these 2 carbons. So we will get, yes, ketone. We will get ketone. So 2 OH on terminal carbon gives rise formation of aldehyde. 2 OH on middle carbon forms ketone, and 3 OH on terminal carbon. If 3 OH are there on terminal carbon, then we get acid. Correct. Then we get acid. We get acid. 3 OH on middle carbon. It's not possible, right? 3 OH on middle carbon is not possible. So 2 OH on terminal carbon we get aldehyde. 2 OH on middle carbon we get ketone. 3 OH on terminal carbon we get carboxylic acid. Clear? This is Remer-Chimon reaction. And last reaction of phenol. Now we will discuss last reaction of phenol, which we call as Kolbe's reaction. Okay, Kolbe's reaction. What is that reaction? See, by using Kolbe's reaction, we can prepare salicylic acid. Okay, but reagents used are different. Different reagents are used, not like this Remer-Chimon reaction. Okay, so what is Kolbe's reaction? This is the last reaction of phenol, Kolbe's reaction. So what happens in this reaction? See, starting substance is phenol. Starting substance is phenol. This phenol is again acidic in nature. So we have to protect that phenolic group. So like previous case, we have to use NaOH. We have to use NaOH. Okay. So which protects this OH group, acidic group of phenol. So it is treated with NaOH. Treated with NaOH. So what do we get? Sodium phenoxide, O minus, Na plus. We get sodium phenoxide. Now we have to introduce CO2 group in this benzene ring or phenolic ring. So what's the source of What's the source of COOH group? Acidic group. It is CO2. CO2. reaction is carried out at 398 Kelvin under 6 atmospheric pressure. Okay, so what happens in this reaction? See, here this is sodium phenoxide, O minus Na plus. Again that CO2 goes to ortho position. CO2 is linear, we all know. So this bond breaks, this oxygen gives offer to this hydrogen, means this double bond will break and it is converted into OH group. So one valency of this carbon becomes free because this H goes to this oxygen. So this carbon is attached to this carbon. Okay, in short, if I write it like this, okay, just to understand, suppose this CO2 is like this CO2 is like this. So H goes to this oxygen and carbon goes to this carbon. Got it? Means this double bond breaks and this carbon and hydrogen is added across this double bond. So what do we get? We get here one intermediate as O minus Na plus, and here this C double bond O as it is. This carbon is connected to this carbon and this oxygen is connected to this this hydrogen is connected to this oxygen. So it becomes OH. Okay, and now we OH. Oh, one more thing. Here medium is alkaline. So we get here O minus Na plus. O minus Na plus. Okay. Acid is formed, no doubt. We get that acid, but it is attacked by this NaOH because reaction medium is alkaline, and we get this O minus Na plus, and we have to convert this into acid form. This is in the salt form, so it is further acid hydrolyzed and get converted into salicylic acid, COOH. Okay, one more time I'll tell. See, phenol reacts with NaOH, so NaOH protects this OH group. We get sodium phenoxide. We have to introduce CO2 group at ortho position. So CO2 is added at ortho position and we get O minus Na plus and COOH as the product. But reaction medium is alkaline. It is converted into this salt COO minus Na plus, and this is further hydrolyzed to this substance which is called as salicylic acid. Okay, that's all reaction part of phenol. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss reactions of ether.